Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent based on novel. So let's start. The handsome young man looked at the secret pattern book. Behind him, a colossal dark red figure began to condense and emerge, its gaping maw seeming ready to devour everything. I have worked very hard. As for my physical body, I've cultivated a total of 7 destruction path bodies. As for secret techniques, I've also comprehended a total of 129 ultimate realm secret techniques. Even the power can be stronger when the secret techniques are combined. Regarding spiritual will, I've also collected various spiritual will secret techniques, and have been diligently practicing them for a long time. The handsome young man's face was fierce, his eyes crazed. But no matter how I practice, it's always the ultimate realm. Physical body, secret techniques, spiritual will, all are at the ultimate realm level, not one can break through the limit. I won't practice anymore, I won't practice anymore. The handsome young man, in a rage, threw the secret pattern book in his hand aside, smashing it into a corner of the hall. This was a legacy left by Yuan. The Qianmu kingdom had only obtained 2 pieces of Yuan's legacy over the long ages, one of which was being contemplated by a sector beast for a long time. Who? The handsome young man disappeared from the hall in an instant. On top of a majestic mountain, the handsome young man sat alone, drinking heavily and devouring meat. All these were delicacies and fine wines he had collected from the land of origin, preserved perfectly in time-stopped treasure storage, naturally maintaining the food's flavor. A middle-aged man appeared beside him. Big brother has come, the handsome young man said, continuing to drink his wine. My avatar in the dream domain was unable to snatch the 1,000 dreams fruit. You have collected resources for me for endless years, and have also exchanged for a portion of ultimate primordial bloodline for me. I truly don't lack resources now, said the middle-aged man. You need to consider more for yourself. The handsome young man shook his head. I don't want to think about myself. The land of origin, this source world, is gradually approaching its end, and it will probably only be tens of billions of years before it meets with great destruction, said the purple-wood godly king. Looking at the handsome young man, you, as a sector beast, were born from the destruction of the origin. You will also cease to exist along with the entire source world when it is destroyed. This is the destiny of a sector beast. Only by breaking through the limit, becoming a being beyond God King level, can you free yourself from the shackles of the destruction of the origin. Under the operation of supreme rules, the great Tao of destruction origin nurtured the sector beasts, which could simply grow normally to reach the ultimate realm, possessing many abilities such as perfect life forms, clone technique, and breeding legions. But sector beasts also had many constraints. Their minds were born with constraints, making them naturally crave the end of the world. It was only after being enslaved by the soul that they could suppress their innate desires of the mind. Their lives had constraints too. All sector beasts cannot survive the great destruction and live into the next era of the source world. They were born from the destruction great Tao and in the end, would also return to nothingness. You helped me get the ultimate primordial bloodline, and I have also become an ultimate realm life form, said the purple-wood godly king, looking at the handsome young man. You have helped me a lot. In the future, I can use the transmission channel left by Yuan to leave the land of origin. But you. When the land of origin is destroyed, are you ready to face death? To let me cultivate alone outside, the purple-wood godly king looked at the handsome young man. You are the only close kin I have left. The handsome young man looked at the purple-wood godly king. When he was born, the first figure he saw was the purple-wood godly king. The purple-wood godly king had always helped him, taught him, and led his growth. Although he was called a brother, he was more like a father. I really feel terrible, the handsome young man said, lifting his head, his face contorted. Big brother, I really suffer. I was accustomed to various profound mysteries naturally appearing in my mind, naturally becoming ultimate realm. It's truly torturous and painful for me to cultivate on my own. You have already created some new secret techniques. As long as you keep progressing and accumulating, there'll eventually be a breakthrough, said the purple-wood godly king. No, these are just some application skills of the path of destruction. The handsome young man looked at the purple-wood godly king and said weakly, I simply can't absorb new knowledge and integrate it into the great Tao of destruction origin. The great Tao of destruction origin is too perfect in my heart. I cannot change even a bit of it, said the handsome young man. I can't break through the limit, I just can't. Big brother, stop pushing me, it's too difficult to live like this. I'd rather live a carefree life for tens of billions of years than torture myself with cultivation. The purple-wood godly king paused, then sighed softly. Let it be, let's drink today, he said, sitting down. Yes, drink, said the handsome young man. For the days to come, how about we cultivate for one era and enjoy for another, said the purple-wood godly king, devote 50% of your time to cultivation. The handsome young man appeared pained, but looking into the expectant eyes of the purple-wood godly king, he nodded. Okay, I'll listen to you, big brother. The purple-wood godly king gave a slight smile. Drink, for the next era, let's enjoy to the fullest. The handsome young man laughed happily, drinking with the purple-wood godly king. Ha ha, drink. The purple-wood godly king also drank freely and chuckled, looking at the handsome young man. You, don't blame me for pushing you too hard. I know big brother wants the best for me, to free me from the chains of a sector beast's fate, said the handsome young man. If you really can't free yourself, then I will be with you until the last day of my life. The purple-wood godly king laughed as he looked into the distance. Let's face the end of the source world together. That would be satisfying. The handsome young man was taken aback, looking at the purple-wood godly king. No, big brother, you must leave the land of origin before the end of the source world. If you delay until the end, you will die. I only have you left as my close kin. If you're not around anymore, why should I continue to cultivate, to fight for anything? The purple-wood godly king looked at the handsome young man. Cultivating alone, it's already pointless. No, the handsome young man shook his head. Let's not talk about that anymore, let's just enjoy drinking, said the purple-wood godly king. Yet, at this moment, the handsome young man felt the wine had lost its taste. Indeed. During the long years spent with his brother, the brother indeed valued his kin extremely. After his revenge, his longing for the world had waned considerably. He didn't even step out of Tianmu Kingdom. In Tianmu Kingdom, many matters were handled by a sector beast's avatar transformed into the image of the purple-wood godly king. Big brother holds little attachment to the entire land of origin. I am his only closest kin. If I die, big brother might truly, at this moment, he felt a stronger sense of urgency towards cultivation. Not only for himself, but also for his older brother, the purple-wood godly king. The purple-wood godly king watched the scene silently. He admitted that after the long years they had spent together, deep feelings had indeed formed. Yet, deep within his heart, what he valued most, were still his family members and children from his weaker, earlier years. You, don't blame me for finding ways to motivate you to cultivate. One is for your own good, so you can break free from the shackles of fate. The second is for me. The stronger you become, the more hope there is for my path of cultivation. The purple-wood godly king once had the chance to meet Yuan. The first question he asked was whether there was a way to revive his family members. Yuan replied that one must break free from the braided cage, and become the master of the source world, land of origin. Then it would be possible to rescue any life that has passed away from the river of time and space. From that moment on, the purple-wood godly king was filled with endless longing when it came to cultivation. He himself was diligently cultivating. He was also guiding his protector, the sector beast, to work hard at cultivation. The sector beast greatly assisted him, and it collected various rare treasures under his guidance. He could not possibly stand idly by and watch the sector beast indulge in idleness until the end of this part of the source world. In flame-wind ancient country, a hidden and vast space. Emperor Qing, Di Jiufeng, and Di Wu, the three of them converged their thoughts here. Three dispersed cultivators, respectively, are God King Zhongfu, the purple-robed woman, and the black-robed and golden-faced powerhouses, said Di Jiufeng. I guarded the entrance to the dream domain for some time. On the day of my failure, God King Zhongfu escaped through the formation using the causality escape technique. The purple-robed woman's escape was even more remarkable, and I could barely sense her with my domain. The black-robed and golden-faced powerhouse, however, broke through the formations of the two ancient countries just now and likely obtained the Thousand Dreams fruit. His escape skill is extremely fast, giving me no chance to intercept. Since his failure, Di Jiufeng had been secretly monitoring the entrance formation. With his understanding of the spatial domain, he was aware of all who passed by. Not one thread of causality, or breath of life, could escape his notice. Emperor Di Fu. Di Wu asked doubtfully, and the scenes of their battles have also been provided to you. Can you confirm their identities? Di Jiufeng also looked at Di Fu. Di Fu's ability to divine the destiny was extremely terrifying, and he possessed secret treasures of formations bestowed by the ancestors. Very few in the land of origin could elude him. I cannot confirm, Di Fu frowned and shook his head. Neither the purple-robed woman nor the black-robed and golden-faced powerhouse can be confirmed. Di Wu and Di Jiufeng both wondered. There are several possibilities for the purple-robed woman, said Di Fu. It could be the Wind City Empress. She was cultivated by the East Extreme Domain ancestor, and her resources are no less than ours of the royal family godly kings. She appears low-key, but in reality, she is unfathomable. The purple-robed woman could also be the Lord of 10,000 Realms, or an avatar of the Sector Beast. Wind City Empress, Lord of 10,000 Realms, Sector Beast, Di Wu and Di Jiufeng pondered. What about the black-robed and golden-faced powerhouse? Asked Di Jiufeng. My annihilation wind could not even shake his physical body. His physical strength is definitely not inferior to that of an ultimate realm life form. His soul or spiritual will techniques could instantaneously kill the Emperor of Tian Kuan. With the physical body and soul both being so terrifying, there are very few in the land of origin who could achieve this. But those few I know of are unlikely to be the black-robed and golden-faced powerhouse, said Di Jiufeng. I am also puzzled, Di Wu was confused. The suspects I'm considering do not match either, Di Fu shook his head. I guess it might be a newly emerged strong being. The land of origin is full of hidden dragons and crouching tigers, with many reaching the second realm of godly king. It is possible that one of them has quietly reached the ultimate realm. Upon reaching the ultimate realm, having a strong physical body and transcending godly king level spiritual will is quite normal. The Lord of 10,000 Realms and Emperor Qing, the two who had comprehended a complete great Tao, both had spiritual wills that surpassed godly king level. A newly emerged strong being. A possible new ultimate realm. Di Jiufeng and Di Wu were shocked. With both physical body and soul so strong, even if he is not yet of the ultimate realm, we must treat him as one. Di Fu did not say much more. Di Jiufeng and Di Wu nodded and eventually had to leave. Di Fu was alone in this vast space. Such a strong physical body. Then there is an 8 or 9 out of 10 chance it's Luo He. Di Fu revealed a smile, quite satisfied. Among the 5 powerhouses vying for the Thousand Dreams fruit, Suspected to be either the Lord of 10,000 Realms, or an avatar of the Sector Beast, you are the final winner. Much stronger than I had anticipated. Emperor Qing looks down on me. He has long had an avatar leave the land of origin to forge his own path. The Lord of 10,000 Realms, cunning and deceptive, I do not favor. Emperor Ming, not suitable to be a companion, who knows if one day death will come by his hand. Luo, he has grown up all along with considerable loyalty, just right to be a companion, to face life and death together. Di Fu frowned slightly, he has grown too quickly. I should still arrange an avatar to guard the transmission channel. Once he leaves, I will immediately go with him. That way, I can also head to the same place. Because his strength was so formidable, Di Fu had long been preparing to leave the land of origin, and Luo, he was the companion he had decided on. Leaving the land of origin to risk one's life, finding a trustworthy companion with whom to share life and death, is very difficult. Before Luo Feng rose to fame, Di Fu even prepared to venture alone. Without a suitable companion, he would rather act solo. Huyang City. This Thousand Dreams fruit still must be traded with the two ancient countries, in exchange for some parts of the corpses of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures. Luo Feng pondered in the city owner's mansion over the trading affairs. The three alien clans might also provide parts of corpses of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures, but most likely, they would offer creatures cultivated from other source worlds. And then he wouldn't be able to use formless and intangible to transform. Luo Feng's world life form is currently in 24 forms. Luo Feng had to consider for the ultimate realm as well. Naturally, he wanted to obtain the corpse materials of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures bred on the home turf. Most of these corpse materials should be consumed by Morosa. A very small amount will be left for my own cultivation, Luo Feng decided. Within the territory of the Thunder Ancient Country, the Holy Land Mount Leitang. 9 monarchs, with either their true bodies or avatars, resided here. The Thunder Ancestor had even set up a terrifying formation at great cost, making this place the most dangerous in the entire land of origin. It was more fearsome than any city within the Flame-Wind Ancient Country. Sigh. The wind blew, and a figure in a black robe, with a golden mask appeared at the foot of Mount Leitang. The emperors of the Flame-Wind Ancient Country live separately, but the majority of those from the Thunder Ancient Country are gathered here. Luo Feng raised his head to look at this holy mountain, where endless thunderbolts spread throughout the mountain ranges. Deep within Mount Leitang, there should be a hidden origin Tao of Thunderbolt. Although the 9 origin great Taos contained in the supreme rules of the land of origin did not include the Thunderbolt Tao. Yet, with Luo Feng's spiritual will, he could sense the presence of a Thunderbolt Tao hidden within this holy mountain. In the primordial cosmos, one could harbor the great Tao of life origin. Sector beasts, too, were vessels for the destruction of the origin. It was understandable that, with the methods of the Thunder Ancestor, an origin Tao of Thunderbolt could be concealed here. A powerful figure in a black robe and golden mask. That mysterious figure in a black robe and golden mask has come to Mount Leitang. The formation of Mount Leitang covered an extremely vast area. Although Luo Feng seemed to be just at the foot of the mountain, he was already within the observational range of Mount Leitang, which immediately caused a few monarchs to become alert. Whoosh! Endless thunderbolts converged at the foot of the mountain, and these thunderbolts eventually formed into a white-robed elder. Thunderbolts still traversed his body, each one with a force that somewhat surprised Luo Feng. There are 9 monarchs in the Thunder Ancient Country, and it is said that 3 of them belong to the Thunderbolt lineage, Luo Feng thought. Those of the Thunderbolt lineage can display incredible strength from their primordial bloodline. The white-robed elder before him, with thunderbolts naturally radiating from his body, each held the strength of Emperor Gui, Shu and Wuxin God King. In terms of tapping into the primordial bloodline, the Thunderbolt lineage was the most powerful in the land of origin. Their secret techniques allowed for clearer consciousness and better extraction of the bloodline's power, and even secret treasures were highly compatible with their bloodline. I am Lei Fu, the white-robed elder said with a smile, looking at Luo Feng. I have long heard of the renown of the One in Black. As he spoke, an invisible will spread out, silently invading toward Luo Feng. Boom. Luo Feng's spiritual will was vast and profound, and with just a slight touch, the white-robed elder immediately withdrew his probe of spiritual will. Your spiritual will can surpass that of a godly king level. I am impressed, said the white-robed elder with a smile. The entire land of origin recognizes the Thunderbolt lineage of the Thunder ancient country as the strongest when it comes to cultivating primordial bloodlines. Who would have thought their spiritual secret methods would be so extraordinary as well, extolled Luo Feng. You flatter me. The white-robed elder was quite curious about the identity of the strong figure in the black robe and golden mask before him. After all, across the entire land of origin, those whose spiritual will exceeded the godly king level were few and far fewer than emperors and monarchs. And they were particularly effective against emperors and monarchs who cultivated primordial bloodlines. Before Luo Feng, those emperors and monarchs who cultivated primordial bloodlines, relying on secret treasures and ultimate realm life forms, could maintain clarity of mind, but would suffer greatly in strength. Even some emperors and monarchs with weaker spiritual will found it difficult to stay clear-headed under normal circumstances, and if they were attacked by Luo Feng's spiritual will, they were likely to lose control. Lei Fu Monarch, by chance I have obtained the exotic Thousand Dreams fruit, said Luo Feng. I'm wondering if the Thunder ancient country might be interested. Thousand Dreams fruit. Lei Fu Monarch said with a smile. Of course, we're interested. I'd like to exchange it for parts of the body of an ultimate realm primordial bloodline creature, Luo Feng continued. The more material from the bodies, the better, and it can come from different ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures. Upon hearing this, Lei Fu Monarch was surprised. Body materials. Even if you obtain some material, it's not possible to refine a complete primordial bloodline. The ultimate primordial bloodline is not easy to refine, even for our ancestors. I know. I only need a small amount of body material, said Luo Feng. I've also contacted the Flame Wind ancient country and the 3 alien clans. Whichever side offers more material, I will eventually trade with them. Negotiating with all 5 sides at the same time. Lei Fu Monarch nodded slightly. Good, we in the Thunder ancient country will discuss this matter internally. It was quite normal for negotiations involving treasures of this level to include all 5 parties. I hope that within 3 days, the Thunder ancient country can give me a reply, Luo Feng said as he threw out a command token. You can contact me through this token when the time comes. The 4 most precious items are all things that our Thunder ancient country is willing to pay a great price for. Lei Fu Monarch took the command token and said, Rest assured, we will give you a very satisfactory offer. Luo Feng nodded and then disappeared without a sound. Lei Fu Monarch watched this scene. Sir the novel .net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. An avatar completely self-destructing, and even the means of contact must be through a command token. Such cautiousness from the One in Black. Lei Fu Monarch glanced at the command token, very curious about the identity of the figure in the black robe and golden mask. But obviously Luo Feng was very careful, making it extremely difficult to probe his identity. I've contacted both Lei Fu Monarch and Emperor Xian, now it's just waiting for the results, Luo Feng thought to himself within Huyang City. Emperor Xian had a clone technique, and being extremely proud, was concerned with face. As a result, the other emperors often trusted Emperor Xian with many matters, since he disdained personal gain. Thus, it was easy to locate Emperor Xian's avatar. I wonder what terms these two will offer. Luo Feng spoke of negotiating with 5 parties, but in reality, it was only 2. Mount Leitang, inside a majestic hall. 9 monarchs sat apart, some in their true bodies and others in avatars. Gentlemen. The reigning Lei Xiao monarch surveyed the surrounding and spoke. Just now, a black-robed figure with a golden mask offered to sell us 1,000 dreams fruit. Since the price of the 1,000 dreams fruit does not exceed 3 billion merit points, there's no need to report to the Thunder Ancestor. The decision can be made upon our collective discussion. The 4 treasures that the 2 ancient country ancestors and the top 3 alien clans value the most. For the first 2, special life remnants and secret skills left by Yuan, both ancestors would personally negotiate, as they place great importance on them. 4 treasures valued over 1 billion in merit points. Below 3 billion, the monarchs can make a collective decision. Above 3 billion, the ancestors themselves would negotiate. As for innate secret treasures, it's up to the monarchs to determine the value first. Only if they surpass the complexity of the secret patterns of Mount Leitang would they report to the ancestor. Otherwise, the monarchs can decide, especially since treasures below Mount Leitang's level are not that useful to the Thunder Ancestor anyway. Is it true that the black-robed figure's spiritual will is beyond God King level? Such powerful spiritual will. The monarchs were less concerned about the treasures, but more about the black-robed figure's strength. I tried to make contact with my spiritual secret method, said Lei Fu monarch. I can confirm, his spiritual will truly is beyond God King level. Such a powerful figure is always troublesome. Another one has emerged. Many monarchs from the Thunder ancient country were quite displeased. Such a figure was too much of a counter to them. Perhaps only the 3 monarchs descended from the Thunder lineage were better off, a bit clearer-headed, so they could reduce their power somewhat. Let's talk about the main issue, Lei Xiao monarch said. That black-robed figure stated that he needs materials from the corpses of ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures, preferably from various creatures, and the more, the better. He is negotiating with 5 parties at the same time. Whoever offers more, he will trade with. What does he want with these corpse materials? These fragments can't be refined into a complete primordial bloodline. Is he feeding a sector beast? Using these materials for physical body cultivation. Studying the materials to comprehend the great Tao. This black-robed figure has a powerful spiritual will. Maybe with these materials, he wants to strengthen his physical body. If both body and mind are powerful, he will be even more difficult to deal with. The monarchs speculated variously. The uses for an ultimate realm primordial bloodline corpse are many, but for a small amount of incomplete materials, the uses are much fewer. The monarchs didn't care much about the 1,000 dreams fruit, but they were very concerned about whether the black-robed figure with the golden mask's strength would increase. Gentlemen, let's discuss the main issue, Lei Xiao monarch reiterated. A single 1,000 dreams fruit, said the monarchs, uncaring, 2 or 3 parts of the corpse materials should suffice. Even if they exchanged for the materials, they would ultimately belong to the Thunder Ancestor. The Thunder Ancestors' rewards to them weren't much either. The 3 alien clans transport from other source worlds to our land of origin, so they bring precious items. Either God King grade secret treasures, or a refined part of ultimate primordial bloodline, or a complete ultimate primordial bloodline creature's corpse. For such low value ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures' fragmentary corpse materials, even if brought, wouldn't be much. Yes. The remnants the 3 alien clans bring are generally low-level primordial life remnants. This black-robed figure only needs ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures' incomplete corpses. The 3 alien clans won't be able to offer much. On the other hand, Flame Wind ancient country might offer quite a few incomplete materials. A small amount of corpse materials, not enough to refine a complete bloodline, can only be stored in the treasure trove. Indeed, 2 or 3 parts of the corpse materials should be enough. They were unwilling to offer too much, fearful of making the black-robed figure with the golden mask significantly stronger. Then let's settle for 3 parts, Lei Xiao Monarch decided. In the treasure trove, remnants from 2 ultimate realm primordial bloodline creatures accounted for 1/10 and 1/7 of a body, respectively, adding up to almost 3/10. To put it nicely, it's like offering 3 parts of one body's materials. In the flame-wind ancient country, the 12 emperors were also discussing the matter. The 1,000 Dreams fruit has actually been obtained by the black-robed figure, said Di Jiufeng. In my opinion, there's no need to offer him too much. He's using the 1,000 Dreams fruit in exchange, clearly indicating he really needs the ultimate realm primordial bloodline creature materials, so we should offer less. The ancestor doesn't value 1,000 Dreams fruit too highly either, remarked Di Kong as well. HMPH. Di Yang said coldly, the 4 treasures are all needed by the ancestor. Although the 1,000 Dreams fruit is slightly less valued, and we emperors can collectively decide, the ancestor will ultimately investigate each of our collective decisions. If you are so careless and the ancestor is enraged, who will bear the consequences? I think we must give a condition that won't enrage the ancestor. At the very least, we shouldn't enrage the ancestor, Di Shi added. I think 2 or 3 parts are about right, Di Chu commented. 2 or 3 parts of an ultimate realm primordial bloodline corpse is definitely not a low offer. We should choose materials from different corpses, suggested Di Yang. Otherwise, he might have a special method to refine a complete bloodline. The emperors discussed among themselves. Di Fu watched this scene. Gentlemen. Finally, Di Fu spoke. Currently, in our treasure trove, we have incomplete materials of 3 ultimate realm primordial bloodline corpses, altogether amounting to 5 parts of a body. I think we can offer all of it to purchase this 1,000 Dreams fruit. All of it? Everyone present turned to look at Di Fu. This video will end here.